Okay, so in order to make these various videos that I'm doing, I've got all the various generations, the G1, G2, G3, G4, just recently the G5. But the problem is whenever I start taking all this stuff to film, I'm taking one of my sort of in-use units. And so one that's in use is a G1. That's what I'm using for the my kind of backup NAS, which I have in one of my videos where I've got the two external USB drives and it works great, but I just don't like having to take it apart every time. I'd like to have this backup drive, backup NAS. So what I thought I'd do is I'd be able to use that G1 for demonstrations videos, and instead I'll get something else to take its place to do the NAS and perhaps for other stuff. So I found online a pretty good deal for a G4 bare bones, no CPU, no RAM, but real cheap out the door. So we'll see what we've got in here. And I've got some designs, some ideas for it. I got to figure out whether what I can do as far as the GPU, and it's going to be GPU, CPU, because that's sometimes the biggest expense with these used units. So we look at it here, pretty clean. Let's see what we've got on the back. Good. I was hoping it would have this HDMI port, because in my other video I tried to put HDMI on the G5, and unfortunately I had ordered a version 2 of the FlexIO. So I think I'm going to take the HDMI out of here and stick it into the G5. Okay, let's open it up, see what we got. He was supposed to send me, the seller, a couple Wi-Fi cards. I think he said he was going to include 2 of them. So the thing is, I'm not sure. I'm hopeful that the Wi-Fi connectors are still there, because we've got this here, which is usually an indicator that everything is working. So let's see what we got in here. Okay. All right, well, so far so good. Here's his Wi-Fi cards he gave me. I did verify that we do have the caddy, which is one of my gotta haves. We do have the heat sink, which is nice. That's not always. Let's see what we've got underneath this guy. Let me grab my tool. Okay, moved up the camera a little bit so that we don't keep hitting it with the tool. All right. It's a very clean unit, which I'm happy. Let's see. Wait a minute. Does this guy? Let's see. A little stiff. Oh, there we go. That's right. This only has 2 screws. All right. Here we go. Ah, good. Because in the pictures, it didn't show the. Oh, that's kind of nice. It even has like little. That's a new one. It's got even little like plastic protectors for the thing. I haven't seen that before. Looks pretty clean. I guess we could take this off. I doubt it like magically has a CPU sitting in there, but we'll look. Okay, so there shouldn't be any. Okay, no RAM. Alright, we can kind of put this to the side. Yep, we got a little more to go. Oh, I think we're stuck on. Yeah, there we go. Okay. We'll put this to the side. Pretty clean. I mean, obviously I would probably want to wipe off all that thermal paste that's left. But it's nice. These thermal pads are nice and clean. That's not something you always see. Socket looks good. Yeah, obviously there's not a magical CPU sitting in there. But I'm curious to see if we could somehow put in a newer GPU, I keep saying GPU, CPU in here, just curiosity to see what might work. All right, while we're in here, I'm going to go ahead and take out this HDMI so I can stick it into the G5. And then what I'll probably do then, the G5 currently has a VGA port. I'll probably stick that on here. I do have a, what is it, a display port sitting around. Actually, right here. But I think I may use this, well, I don't know. I'll kind of wait and see. I mean, I already got 2 display ports. Might as well, 3 is, I think, a little overkill. Okay, and then these guys are always, it takes a little bit to pop. Let me grab my spudger. This is definitely easier when you've got all this stuff out of here because you can kind of just come in underneath a little bit. Okay. Let's see. It's a little. Jimmy it here. Ah, there we go. All right. HDMI. So this guy already saved me some money because I was going to have to reorder this from my supplier for and keep the other bad one around just for I guess, you know, to show people the differences. Okay. All right, now we've got VGA. Okay, let's see about I want to try an experiment to see if I can put a what is it? An i7 9700K processor. It should fit, but I don't know whether this is going to allow it. But let's give it a whirl. All right, I don't have a huge amount of confidence that this is going to work because of the fact of the different generations of processors. But hey, this is what we do. Okay, I do have 1 stick of 8 gig RAM. And we've got, okay, so we've got the triangle right here, which should match with this little triangle. Let's see. Okay, well, it sits in there. That's good. I'm not going to do the thermal paste. I've learned my lesson on that, but either way, it doesn't make sense to get it all messy if this isn't going to work. Okay. I guess I could probably at least stick this here just to kind of get it out of the way. All right, let's, I don't know, let's give it some power. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. All right, I'm plugging in power. And I'm going to hit the power. So we got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, is that 5? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's check that. Well, as I suspected, that is because I should have remembered from my prior videos. Yeah, three long and 5 short means it can't see the CPU. So it obviously doesn't detect this newer generation one. So we're gonna have to try something different. Okay, now I'm really going crazy. I'm gonna try, this is the CPU that I showed in a prior video that was bent. And I just tried unbending some of the corners, and surprisingly things seem to kind of go back to where they were. Now, you know, it's just, I'm rolling the dice, especially I'm not sure what kind of damage was done right around here. So, what the heck? Yeah, I don't know about that. That looks pretty funky. Okay. Hopefully I won't damage my board here. So let's go for it. Let's just see if it'll even fit. Oops. Will it go in the socket? Oh, there we go. Oh, shoot. Oh. I don't want to bend any pins. That's my other concern. Is this a stupid thing to do? And I'm going to thrash this board. Well, I didn't invest a whole lot of money in this thing, and I already saved by pulling out the one, and I'm going to have extra stuff. So, all right, we'll try. Okay. Here goes. Okay, same problem. Well, I guess this guy is toast, you know, especially with the stuff that it was. Oh well, never know till you try. Well, I hope I don't regret this. I was just curious. I pulled out a working 60 i5 6500T out of my G2. So I just don't know if you're even able to do that. You know, use an older processor with it. So hopefully, I'm not going to um, break something in the process. Let's see. Okay. Well, that didn't work. Okay. Okay, by now you're probably shouting, saying, "Dummy, why don't you just put in the processor that's made for it and see if it works?" So I'm gonna grab I think it's an 8700T i5 from my other G4, and let's see if that one works. I mean, I figure if this doesn't work, then something's really wrong. Okay, we got the arrows going the right way. Okay. All right. Here goes. Plug in. Power. Oop. Ah, no beeping. Amazing when you actually put in the right one, what you get. So I guess I could even, let's see. I guess while I'm here, maybe I'll go and update the BIOS and such. Be right back. Well, I was able to boot in, and that's good. I'm updating the BIOS right now. Um, it was pretty behind. I think the current BIOS is 2.25, and it was like at 2.08. I don't think that's going to somehow magically allow it to use a newer processor. I'll do a check, but I don't think that's going to help. So, but maybe what I can do is look for, see the cheapest processor that I can get for this G4, you know, that it supports, and throw that in there. That way, at least and perhaps that way, at least I have something that I can use. And so we'll kind of go with that. Okay.